Hey YouTube, Jim here. Welcome to Top 10 Archive. We love our four-legged friends, but do we really know what they think of us? Sure, they're by our side most of the time, but isn't that because we feed them? Well, if these 10 animals that have saved humans show us anything, it's that Mother Nature and man really are best friends. Who else would go out of their way, even risk their own lives to save another? Now before we go doting on our animal friends, be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Archive and click the bell for notifications on future videos. Don't forget to show your love for these heroic creatures by commenting and hitting that thumbs up button.
Number 10. The Courteous Elephant. Are you still heroic if you cause the chaos? A story out of West Bengal, India had me pondering this, but if you ask Deepak Mahato and his family, who were enjoying dinner one night when a tusker crashed through the bedroom of their 10-month-old baby, the answer is probably yes. After ransacking the Mahato home, the elephant stopped when it heard the cries of Deepak's baby girl, who became trapped under debris. Before the patriarch could rescue his child, the tusker removed the stone and brick to keep her from being crushed. Thanks, I think. Number 9. The Surprise Doe. While trying to mug a woman in Oxford, Ohio in 2012, an unidentified male attacker received the fright of his life. He had her where he wanted her, in the darkened field, far enough away from civilization so they wouldn't be heard. She fought against him, but he was too strong for her to break free. It was a terrifying scenario, but luckily for the victim, Mother Nature wasn't too far away. In the midst of the struggle, a nearby sleeping deer was startled awake. In its fright, it jumped up and ran away, startling and scaring off the attacker in the process. If you ask us, that deer is an unrecognized hero. Number 8. The Mercy of KAHN. Do you doubt that dogs are man's best friend? Then just listen to this 2007 incident from Atherton, Australia. To mother, Catherine Savilchik, it looked like the four-legged newcomer to the family, a Doberman Pinscher named KAHN, was acting aggressively towards 17-month-old Charlotte. The pooch had been nudging the baby away from the family's Australian garden, but when she refused to move, he grabbed her by her diaper and tossed her more than 3 feet over his shoulder. When Catherine rushed to protect her baby from the hound, she found that KAHN was actually keeping Charlotte away from a king brown snake. Number 7. JAMBO, the Eighth Wonder. JAMBO was just minding his business one day when he heard quite the ruckus nearby. A 5-year-old boy, Levon Merritt, had fallen into a gorilla enclosure at Durrell Wildlife Park on the island of Jersey and was rendered unconscious. This was JAMBO's time to shine, his opportunity to really do something with his life. And so while the gorillas in the enclosure grew anxious of the boy, JAMBO put himself in front of Levon to protect him until help arrived. Number 6. Amber and Ning Nong. Elephants are pretty awesome, when they're not tearing down houses. While on holiday on the Thai island of Phuket, Amber Mason had made close friends with a baby elephant named Ning Nong. For the 8-year-old girl, that friendship would wind up saving her life during a tsunami. The two were enjoying a day out by the sea, Mason riding her new friend, when a deadly wave came in. As if protecting one of his own, Ning Nong ran as far as he could before he was forced to brace against the rushing water. There he waited until Amber was rescued by her parents. Number 5. Doggy Heimlich. I really didn't want to laugh at this story, but the image is just too much. It was a quiet Tuesday for Toby the Golden Retriever and his human companion, Debbie Parkhurst, when the 45-year-old woman started choking on an apple. As she pounded on her chest to remove the obstruction, Toby sprang into action, hopping on his hind legs to bring her to the floor. Then, as if trained to save humans from their own gluttony, he started jumping on Parkhurst's chest. Okay. Miraculously, the apple dislodged and Toby became a national hero. Parkhurst would receive calls from Late Show with David Letterman and Good Morning America to talk about the incident. Number 4. WINNIE the Monoxide Detecting Cat. Okay, maybe not the most thrilling circus sideshow, but WINNIE certainly is a miracle cat, at least to her family, the Kieslings. Eric, Kathy, and their son Michael had been asleep when a gas-powered water pump in the basement started to emit carbon monoxide. As if detecting the deadly, odorless gas, their cat, WINNIE, ran to Kathy and started meowing loudly. The feline screeches eventually woke her human companion, who awoke with early signs of carbon monoxide poisoning. Don't have a carbon monoxide detector? Simply get a cat. But seriously, you should probably just get a carbon monoxide detector. Number 3. Playing fetch. Imagine Brenda Owen's surprise when she spotted a wheelchair sitting alone on the riverbank of the Elwey in St. Asaph. It probably didn't compare to when she then found a woman stuck in the water and unresponsive. Unsure of how to react, Brenda turned to her walking companion, her Labrador retriever, Penny. "Fetch, fetch," Brenda called to her dog and, believe it or not, Penny knew exactly what to retrieve. The Labrador grabbed the woman and pulled her onto the riverbank. She was unconscious, but thanks to Penny, Brenda and another passerby were able to call emergency services. Number 2. Fiona's trusty steed. Did you hear the one about the horse and the cow? Oh no, it's not a joke. It's an actual story about a horse that totally beat up a cow to save her owner. Fiona Boyd worked frequently with cows, but never had she experienced the horrors of an enraged bovine. In July of 2014, while trying to separate a calf from its mother, Fiona saw the terrifying side of cows when the mother knocked her to the ground and attempted to crush her to death. Thankfully, Fiona had luck on her side and a trusty steed named Kerrygold backing her. The horse started to kick at the cow, releasing Fiona from her impending doom. Number 1. Dick Van Dyke's Porpoise Saviors. A resident of California, it would make sense that actor Dick Van Dyke would have a surfing horror story, one that ended his desire to hit the board ever again and gave him a newfound appreciation of porpoises. During a surf sesh off the Californian coast, Van Dyke dozed off under the midday sun, only to wake up to the empty deep blue surrounding him. Fearing he had drifted too far off, he paddled with the swells. Then, fins broke the surface of the Pacific, panicking the star. But rather than hungry sharks, they belonged to porpoises that, according to him, pushed him all the way to shore. Well, thanks for watching. Those were some pretty amazing stories. Do you know of others? Share them in the comments and please give this video a thumbs up.